differentiator of Canton versus any other chain in the world. Now going to the tokenization use cases that are in production on Canton. I'll mention 6 of them, and then I'll give you a picture of the entire ecosystem. I'll start with Broadridge. Broadridge has been in production with its DLR, distributed ledger repo application, for several years. So they've taken derivatives transaction, US Treasury repurchase agreements, and have tokenized them. They are processing over, I said before, $1.5 billion of notional per month. And these transactions are done between the biggest broker dealer in the world and asset managers. This is really to manage the treasury, the cash of banks overnight. The interest of using blockchain there is that the operational process on repo is fairly cumbersome. You need to lock some treasuries at your custodian. And what has been done by moving the smart contract on the blockchain, it allows that locking of collateral to be done programmatically. And so the benefits are significant in terms of cost saving for every participant of the Broadridge DLR ecosystem. A second example of a tokenization application that is running on Canton is Goldman Sachs DApp, digital asset platform. It's Goldman tokenization platform for securities for multiple type of assets, whether it's bond, funds, or potentially even other asset classes. They've been in production for over a year. They've done trades in Asia, in Europe, and are working on trades in the US that should be coming out soon. This is really a very impressive development that has been leveraging our open source stack called Daml Finance. So that's for securities tokenization. The third one is Versana. It's on the syndicated loan type of market. An industry consortium was formed. I mentioned it initially by JP Morgan, Citibank, and Bank of America, are the 3 initial consortium members, but it quickly expanded to add 5 more banks. I think Barclays, Nomura, UBS, US banks, and several others. It was formed a year ago, and they went into production a year ago. It was probably from 2 years ago. They developed the product over 1 year. And after 1 year into production, as I said before, they have $900 billion of loans on chain, and they really facilitate the sharing of data regarding on syndicated loans. As an anecdote, I think one of the bank mentioned that they were still sending hundreds of thousands of faxes when they were closing syndicated loans, because the business is that you have an agent bank that is leading the syndicate, and then they inform maybe 50 or 100 lenders of their share of the loan that has been closed. And in some cases, basic messaging processes such as faxes are still used. And so they decided to move the information on chain as a smart contract representing the loan. And now this information is distributed between the agent bank to the various lenders through blockchain and smart contracts. I think this is really interesting. First, it addresses, of course, an inefficiency in communication and a high workload on the reconciliation side. But it opens up perspective of now that you have the loan information on chain, you could imagine to have the securitization process of these loans. Then when the loan becomes a CLO, that could be also taken on chain and start to digitize the entire securitization chain of the loan market. A fourth example is in Germany with the Deutsche Börse Group. Deutsche Börse has tokenized a structured product. And in Germany, the retail structured product market is very active. You have, I think, some issuer have over 100,000 or maybe 200,000 securities issued at a given time. And the issuance process used to be fairly cumbersome. It was taking probably like almost a week to issue a specific structured product. They've taken that on chain and are using now a smart contract to represent the structured product. And the issuance are done in a few minutes now. I think the volume is really ramping up. We're getting close to 50 to 100 issuance per day. And they recently issued, I think, a $3 billion bond on D7, which is very, to my knowledge, one of the largest digital bonds ever. Similarly, HSBC Orion is a tokenization platform from HSBC, very similar to Goldman Sachs DApp, tokenizing securities such as bond and funds. Something interesting is that they were the first one to issue a pound-denominated digital bond for the European Investment Bank. And the last one I want to mention is the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, HKEX. They recently went into production with their Synapse product. And this blockchain-based application allows to have kind of a T0 settlement between Hong Kong and mainland China on the equity side. So the mainland China requires investors to provide information in T0, and blockchain was identified as a solution to kind of send and reconcile the information in the same day in T0. And I think just after launching the product, one of the first client on HKEX Synapse was Citibank. So which kind of shows not only the fact that the product was able to launch, but also like very significant institutional players are quickly adopting the solution. So these were like 6 highlights of tokenization application that ran on Canton. Now I'm going to give you the full picture or fuller picture of the entire Canton network. You will see on the left many of the tokenization products that I'm going to add that recently we had Nova Prime launching mortgages, US dollar mortgages on Canton, and they were securitized with Freddie Mac and I think Fannie Mae, which is the second largest mortgage agency in the US, is in the pipeline. We also have some commodity players. Iliox is a consortium of several natural gas players like Shell, Mercuria, Koch Industry, and they've been tokenizing physical nat gas